For all of the substances and experiences that humanity has obsessed over during our duration on this planet, there is not a single one that has been able to drive its hooks into society more so than that of power. You might not think of it as a drug, but it evokes the same emotional, physical, and chemical responses in human beings as a drug such as cocaine or alcohol does. Losing it can even kill people, as seen at numerous historical figures throughout the years, such as Cao Cao, who died of broken heart after knowing that he would never gain true dominance over China in the 2nd century BCE. It is a drug that we will never be able to rid ourselves of, and it is one that I have been fascinated with ever since I was born. Hello, my name is Ian Dowd, and this ethnography focused on my relationship to power and ambition, and how advertising has influenced my journey. For one to ensure that their decision-making process is entirely their own, it is vital to understand just how much advertising has influenced our own thought and decision-making process. That is why I decided to explore this topic. I spent several months writing responses to questions provided by the professor, and considering my own history and growth throughout my life, and trying to figure out what were the key moments that really began to define my obsession over understanding methods of power and control in the world. From there, I then analyzed this data through a series of codes, through which I identified the key determining factors which have resulted in my current ambitions. As seen here in the coding block, I have come up with several, most notably power words, feelings of isolation, and my family, which undoubtedly had a massive impact, more so than anything else, on my development and my ambition.
Relationship between advertising and my own ambitions and opinion of power and authority. Now, it is obvious that advertising has at the very least reinforced the feelings that I already had, but as I determined, they are not the root cause of any of my ambitions or my appreciation of power. That largely came from the stories that I was exposed to from my family growing up, that being the Greek legends, stories about Alexander and Caesar, and the stories of Machiavelli and various other political authors that was given to me as I began to age. So, advertising as it currently stands under the capitalist system has reinforced those beliefs, as those beliefs are what contributed to the development of modern capitalism and the ideals surrounding advertising in the current world. Going forward, I must always keep this in mind, as advertising can cause me to perceive the world in a way that might be altered from what I would normally be perceiving it based off my previous interactions and my own knowledge. It is important to know this, because not being manipulated is the key way to achieve power in the current world state.
Thank you for joining me on my journey as I sought to uncover what the true reach of advertising was on my psyche and on my opinions of power and authority. It's been a very interesting semester doing a deep dive into my own consciousness and development, and it is a process that I am sure will continue and go into even greater detail as I age and experience even more of the world in conflict with advertising and what corporations tell me I should be believing. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a lovely holiday.